You know, it's rare that there's a Christmas special that actively makes me wish that the devil would have beat the fuck out of Santa, but here we are. Welcome, everybody. I am joined by Cher and Jack. We're not dead, we're alive. We're back
I'm
from
just as
Had a
Christmas.
lot
surprised
of
as you
stuff.
are.
We had a lot of stuff going on in our lives, but it's
A
okay.
lot,
I have a
dude.
cup of tea that's on my head. Oh, you too. You too, Jack. We have cups on our heads.
And
Mine is
I
not empty, and I'm very careful with
and I
that.
have a shot glass which I tried to get the dice out of before this video, but one remained. So, here. My SpongeBob shot glass cuz I'm a sophisticate when I drink, you see.
So, if you guys couldn't tell, we're actually not doing Disney, which I need to take this off because we're not doing Disney.
And with all these cups on our head, it should be obvious what we're reviewing today. Yes, we are finally reviewing that Netflix
Attack on
classic.
Titan, yay! Okay.
I was gonna go with Stranger Things, but that's funnier.
I do have a Stranger Things cup. Give me a sec.
Okay, put that on your head.
Okay.
I have like a Stranger Things popcorn bucket somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Yay!
I I don't watch Stranger Things. The only reason why I watched it was because of that running up that hill thing.
Oh, it's good, and it's getting better. I thought their last season was the best one they've done so far.
Maybe because it's Stephen King, and I don't really do Stephen King. I sometimes I'm scared of Stephen King.
Stranger Things
Maybe
isn't Stephen King.
oh, it's
It,
not.
it's strongly inspired by a lot of Stephen King tropes that he sort of does
Oh,
a lot in his stories, but he's not involved. It's not
Hmm.
written by him. Thing.
oh, okay. So
Definitely an
there's
inspiration, though.
no
Hmm.
there's no weird creepy clowns or whatever the
No,
heck
no
the
clowns.
Lincoln thing.
Oh,
No,
clowns.
no creepy clowns. Creepy monsters. That's a horse of a different color. Creepy clowns. No.
Oh wait, I see images of that guy that look like he had only has muscle.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
No, the creepy monster dude that has like muscles and I don't know.
I think you're thinking of Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah, that thingy. It almost looks like that.
You're talking about Vecna.
Oh, that's what his name. Oh wait, I literally saw a video of the guy that voices the devil reading lines from Stranger Things. That was hilarious.
Oh, by the way, speaking of the devil, we're actually doing Cuphead. Yay, we subverted your
Yeah, that was the
expectations.
thing. Cups, heads. Yeah.
You
I
cannot blame me. I pestered Neil and a little bit of Jack, but mostly Neil. I pestered him. We gotta
hold
do
on.
Cuphead. We gotta
Hold
do
on.
Cuphead.
I have to rescind one of the jokes I made because earlier I was when you said you were going to put cups on your head, I was like, "Oh, I don't have a mug, but I have a shot glass." I just looked over and saw my grandpa's collector fucking Star Trek mug or whatever. So I guess I just lied. Beam us up, Scotty, straight into Cuphead. And
But what indeed is a Cuphead?
at what Jack's doing right now. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good demo. Cup, Ed, you figured it out.
Cup on head.
I mean, I don't have a chalice, so
I mean,
yeah.
this is the first episode of Cuphead I've seen. Well, first two, and don't get me wrong, but I believe that's the same for you too, right, Jack?
It is indeed. Yep. I have not watched the show prior to this.
Share.
I
Why don't
I
you talk
watched.
for a hot second about how much of Cuphead you've seen?
Okay, so yeah, sorry, I had to put my These are my computer glasses. I mean, I wear glasses, but like, not. I saw 20/20 vision, but sometimes I get migraines being on the computer. So if I keep taking my glasses on and off, you know why. But anyways, yeah, we're not here to talk about my migraines, because that was sick.
We
But
could review
for
your
what I've
migraines. We
learned
could go with that if you
since
wanna.
late 2021, early 2022, um, Cuphead is a video game series pretty much about two cups, a Cuphead and a Mugman, basically rolling a dice in the devil's casino, basically like their souls now belong to the devil because they made a bet and they lost. So now they have to go fight other creatures to get their soul contracts so then their souls can be freed from the devil.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
pretty
the plot of
that's
the game,
pretty,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't play video games. I only usually like to watch cutscenes so I can identify which voice actor that I know in Justice for many reasons.
By the way,
Um
I hope I was
yeah.
muted a second ago when my brother showed up. I tried to, but if I failed, then I suck and I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's pretty much the whole game from what I remembered. I could be missing a detail or two. But then, around 2019, 2020, they announced that they were going to do a Cuphead show based off of the video game. And they released a special, like, clip featuring Wayne Brady. Is it Wayne Brady
I believe
that
you're right.
plays
He plays King
That rings a
Dice, right?
Pink Dice? Yeah. They released a special clip featuring him to get people excited. And then around January of last year, 2022, they released the first 13 episodes of Cuphead.
Mhm.
So, yeah, pretty much the Cuphead show is pretty much like a standalone series following the adventures of Cuphead and Mugman. Pretty much in the first episode, kind of starts off the entire adventure of the series. Pretty much instead of the Devil's Casino, it's a card evil. You get it? Cause Carn evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They make a joke about that in the first episode. It's the Devil's Carn evil. So and basically Cuphead plays multiple games of Soul Ball, and you have to get in the exact hole of the ball of the game because if you don't, you lose your soul. So basically, the devil's upset that he's not getting enough souls, so he comes to stop Cuphead. Cuphead loses, and now it's basically like the devil trying to get Cuphead's soul throughout the entire series.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. And of course, you have
Soul
other
Ball.
characters. Soul Ball, yes, Soul Ball, yes.
Is it like skee ball?
Yeah, it's pretty much
Okay.
ski,
Okay.
but they call it Soul Ball because
I-
if you lose, you get your soul. They get your soul because it's a carn evil.
I thought this was gonna be like a fictional sport like Quidditch or some shit. Like just something they fully made up for the show. Which sucks. I want to play Soul Ball. That sounds awesome.
But then you'll lose your soul if you lose.
Worth it, man.
Better not lose.
Yeah, that's the name of the game right there. You gotta train
Yeah, so
hard and not lose your soul.
yeah, so pretty much hijinks ensues, and then you see other characters from the video game, like the vegetables and the frogs.
I recognize the
That
mermaid lady.
oh yeah, Calamaria, Baroness von Bonbon, which is actually one of my favorite episodes, involving like a interesting version of Hansel and Gretel. Captain Brimeybeard, and there's so many other characters that appear from the video game. Not all of them, of course. A lot of people wanted that Sunflower to appear, but he didn't. Not really.
Tragic.
Sally Stage Play, all the other characters, they appear. They're not really necessarily villains, except for a couple of them. But yeah. And of course, you have voice actor veteran Gray Delisle, who basically is playing Miss Chalice, like another head. Yeah.
Yes, we are recording. Hello.
That was my mom, everybody. She wanted to know more about Cuphead too, and why I'm so obsessed with it. Anyways, Miss Chalice, she does appear in the video games. She's basically a ghost. But if you watch the rest of season 3, you kind of get an explanation with Miss Chalice's story near the end of the series. Which I know people keep saying they want a season 4 of Cuphead show. I keep seeing it all the time on X, formerly known as Twitter. but we don't talk
Don't
about him.
don't validate
Um,
him by calling it X. Don't validate that man.
I kind of do miss the
So, so is the show a prequel to the game then?
Yeah, it's
But
kind of
wait, isn't the game about like Cuphead owing the devil his soul? So wouldn't this be like a sequel?
it's arguably a prequel, but it's like it's they don't really explain it that well. Let's just say that.
I'm gonna assume maybe it's like its own telling of the story. Like it's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
it doesn't necessarily follow the exact same thing like the video game, which some people have problems with. That it doesn't follow like the exact formula, but I'd rather have it be its own thing
Hmm.
than to have it be like the exact replica. Because then people are gonna like point out, oh, this isn't right, or da 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 da, blah 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 blah.
Well,
Y'all sound like the adults from Peanuts. Wah 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 wah.
you're being mean to the adults from Peanut Share.
No, trust me, that's what my dad sounds like whenever he complains. Sorry, Dad.
But
I know you're.
well, in terms of those grievances, like problems with the game, I think me and Jack are gonna have none of those. Cause correct me if I'm wrong, Jack, you haven't played Cuphead, right?
I haven't played it. I remember when it was coming out, I watched a few Let's Players and people on YouTube playing it because I know the game was sort of infamously difficult towards the later stages, so it was very gratifying when people actually did beat boss fights and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I've never played. I am familiar with the story of the game loosely. I don't know how it ends or anything like that, but I understand the concept of Cuphead.
Yeah, I got a little
Battling
into
against.
it. I've never played it, but that style really catches your eye. Like
Hmm.
they're
Yeah,
obviously referencing old timey cartoons, and they're doing a hell
which
of
is
a
like
job.
nearly a decade. It's nearly a century since they
Mhm.
had those type of like animations, and it's kind of nice to see like different animation vibes. I mean, I don't really see a lot of that style
Mm-hmm.
nowadays. So
Yeah.
everyone's trying to bring back some type of nostalgic thing, just ask Disney, Mhm. Which they're not doing so well. Which is why we're not doing Disney Plus.
I mean, that's not the only reason, but
Yeah. No, it's good. Again, that was one of the things I did like a lot about the game, and it's something I'll talk about with the show in a bit. Was that they deliberately went for the sort of rubber hose Fleischer Brothers sort of
mm-hmm.
style, um, which is great in the game. Uh, from the two episodes I've seen, I wish they went more on that in the animated show.
Mm-hmm.
But they still have, there's a lot of classic cartoon sound effects and
Yeah, and yeah, like I said,
which is fun.
well, mostly the episodes have like the animation that I because I watched this like 3 different times, the entire series like 3 times. The animation, as far as like, there's some parts where they have like the claymation or whatever. It reminds me of Chowder, a very beloved Cartoon Network series.
I can
Oh,
see that. I can see that.
Yeah, it was really cute. I was like, oh, it's like Chowder. And we have like the claymation and
Mm.
whatever, or like the Marvelous Adventures of Flapjack or something like that.
mm.
Which that's cute
I
too. But
I would know nothing about Chowder. I've never heard of that show ever, and it's definitely not my favorite cartoon ever. Surely not.
Oh.
It's
do you
up
guys
there, man.
still think that Panini is a simp for Chowder?
Don't worry about me and my relationship to Chowder. It's sophisticated.
We will address that at a later date. Okay.
I would
But
love to do
anyway,
an
so
episode on Chowder,
Cuphead,
man.
yeah, Cuphead. They release different parts throughout 2022. The first part came out in January.
Hmm.
Second part came out, I think, in August. I think right after my birthday. And then the third part came out in November. So, yeah, like I said, many people want season 4. Cuphead, renew it. Hashtag. Um, but yeah, it's a funny, cute little show. My parents always like, why are you watching? What's Cuphead? Why does it remind me of SpongeBob? I'm like, I don't know.
I was not getting SpongeBob vibes. I was getting a lot of vibes to the old Disney cartoons that used to happen. Like,
I think because they heard some of the jokes kind of remind them of SpongeBob. That's
fair enough.
I think we'll get into the episodes we actually watched, but I'm thinking, yeah, the sequence with the tree going down the hill, I can see that being SpongeBob and Patrick. Yeah.
Speaking of which, we watched 2 episodes. I can't remember the title of the first one, but I remember this.
Holiday Tree Edition.
Thank you, Cher. And the second one is A Very Devil Christmas. Now, I'm going to be real. For the first one, I'm going to be real. I thought that the show might not have been as good as everybody was building it up to be after the first episode, but then the second episode happened, and it was really funny. So, I think it might have balanced everything right in the world. I took
I think,
two I took
wait,
two notes on the first episode we watched, and one of them was, wow, that was a short ass episode, because I didn't realize that apparently most of them are just 15 minutes.
yeah. Some of them have like the double length, like the 22. A Very Devil Christmas is the longest Cuphead episode.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I remember. I mean, there's like High Sea Adventures, Release the Demons. Those are more longer.
I did mean to ask you, Cher. These 2 episodes can kind of be viewed together. Like they're mostly separate, but there are a little bit of connecting things to them. Is there like an overarching story in the show, or is it like each episode is its own contained little thing?
It's a little bit of both. Like I said earlier, pretty much the devil wants Cuphead's soul because he lost Soul Ball, and it really depends like his contracts and everything, and you have to get the soul within like 30 days or otherwise it's like broken, and then you have to find other ways to get the soul. So yeah, it's mostly standalone, but it does have an overall arc. Pretty much just devil wants Cuphead's soul. Especially the last 2 episodes. Last 2 episodes are the very last 2 episodes of the series are very arc.
I mean, the devil and Cuphead definitely seem to have a complicated relationship from these 2 episodes alone.
Oh yeah, you should have seen some of the other episodes. Oh man, yeah. But
yeah, let's get
anyways,
into it.
yeah. Well, one of my favorite things about Cuphead are the songs. I love the songs. I think they're really cute. Some of them are kind of catchy. I think some of my favorite songs, Roll the Dice, Wayne Brady, he has a fabulous voice. I mean, no wonder he won the Masked Singer in season 2. Man, that was good. I also like Luke Millington Drake as the devil. I think it's a very interesting take. I know some people weren't really fond of him at first, just because the way he sounded. But I think once you kind of watch the series, it kind of grows on you. And I really love his singing. And he's also one of my celebrity crushes.
I mean, he was
like, have you seen a picture of this dude? He is legitimately hot, I swear.
I have not seen a picture of this dude. I will change that later. But
he is hot, I swear.
I liked his voice for the devil a lot, honestly. I thought it was a good choice. He kind of sounds a little foppish, but he can still be conniving every now and then. Like, I could see that character being intimidating in certain scenes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I loved his henchmen more than anything, though, but we'll talk about that when we get to the second episode.
Oh, I love henchmen. He's so funny.
I'm glad to hear he's in more than just that episode, because I couldn't tell, honestly.
Yeah.
No, but there are some things that people want is there wasn't enough King Dice. King Dice really only appears in 3 or 4 episodes.
Oh, that sucks.
And he's really pivotal in the game. So that's another thing. I wish they had more King Dice. But it's okay.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when you get someone like Wayne Brady. Like, he does a lot of stuff. Can't get him in the recording studio that often.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, let's get...
I swear, when it comes to the devil, I think I think I have a thing about Euro dudes, like British dudes are really cool.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I don't know, that's weird because like Benedict Cumberbatch and like Idris Elba and like Millington Drake. I don't know. I just have a fondness of British dudes.
I don't know what you're talking about, Cher. All British dudes suck. And anyone who hangs out with British dudes, they suck too. Especially people who hang out with British dudes.
I hope you're okay for Christmas Eve.
You see, the funniest part is, we're not, like, Jack can't see my camera view, and yet we still made eye contact when we did that. You were, like, glancing to the side, I was glancing to the side, we were staring dead at each other.
Yeah,
But
but
let's jump into the first episode. So,
so pretty much the synopsis of this episode: Cuphead and Mugman, they have to get a Christmas tree, and they're looking for a Christmas tree. Hijinks ensues. We all come together as a family. Woo!
On to the next episode.
We're done. Great job. 10 out of 10. Perfect episode. There's a little more to it than that. There's the pig. They gotta go meet up with that pig.
Ryan. Poor Ryan. He's also part of the video games.
Well, what's the grandpa character's name? Is it
Elder
Kettle?
Kettle. Elder Kettle.
I want more episodes with that guy.
There's a couple of episodes with him. For example, one of the episodes that I like is they're trying to take a photo as a family, and like it just goes horribly wrong, and he falls, and it looks almost exactly like Peter Griffin from the Family Guy, like that meme. You know how he falls? He's all like bent out of shape, and then he turns into a giant spider. I guess that's funny.
The thing that got me is when he's doing this song about how, it's a tradition, we're gonna go cut down the tree, and he literally just got Cuphead and Mugman or whatever his name is in the mood to go out and do some labor, and then he locked the door and is like, all right, go do it.
Yep.
Also, my only other note, well, the premise is every year Cuphead, Mugman, and Elder Kettle, are they related to Elder Kettle? Is he like their adopted parent?
It's not explained neither in the show nor the video game.
Okay.
In my head, I was like, well, I guess he's probably their parent. But then in my head, I was like, well, how do cups have parents? And then I went down a bit of a rabbit hole with that.
This is the Cars rabbit hole, Neil. We don't need to do this again.
Yeah. We're good. So, it's a tradition every year for the three of them to have a Christmas tree. So they go buy one from Pork Rind. Oh, also, he only gives them $10, and he basically threatens their lives if they don't bring back change.
It's very important that you bring back change.
Which is never
almost more
resolved.
so than getting the tree.
You see, that's...
No more than $5. Offer no more than $5.
I mentioned I wasn't super feeling this episode, and I think this is one of the examples. I really thought that was going to come back. Like, at the end, he was going to be like, so did you bring the change? But no, afterwards, it's not referenced again.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like that was a comedic opportunity, but they definitely take a couple good jokes when they do actually go to get the tree. Like, for example, this pig is kind of an asshole. He won't negotiate the price with them. He sells it to someone else, and then he's gonna give them an axe to go get one themselves. The axe costs $10. I liked the pig's voice actor too. He just did not give a shit that day. He was like, $10. $10. Same delivery every single time. Had me laughing my ass off.
This year is $10. Last year was $10. Next year is gonna be $10.
I was liking the voice acting in this show altogether, honestly. Although, I don't know why I did not expect Cuphead to sound like that. Like,
Yeah.
It makes sense for him to be a tiny, thuggish character, I guess. The voice makes sense. I just was not expecting it.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
they get the axe. They go to find the tree. They find a weird tree. They find a bunch of other different kind of trees. But then they find the perfect tree. They chop it down. But oh no, they go off a cliff. And oh no, they go to a sawmill. I thought the sawmill was gonna have like a boss fight or something, like how the games did.
It felt very much like a boss fight. I don't know if it's in the games or not, but that feels like in this world there are things like
Mm.
that are boss fights, and that was fun.
But I'll go into more detail later, but I would have liked to see them fight that thing then, you know? Like, they just kind of got beat up by it and then the scene ended. But,
Yeah, 'cause from my memory, the game is a 2D platformer.
mm,
It's like a it's not a shooter, but it's like a Mario style Fire Flower sort shooter. And so there's combat, there are fights, and granted, we've only seen one episode with Cuphead and Mugman as the main characters, so I'm sure there's probably more combat in the rest of the show, maybe, or maybe it's more comedy based. Who knows? Just from what we've seen, yeah, I liked it, but I feel like it would have been cool to see more
mm,
send up to the games. But
yeah.
given there's 3 seasons of the show, I'm sure there is.
Oh, yeah. Like, we're popping in at, like, season 3 and on the Christmas special. So it makes sense that, like, there's not going to be a ton of action going on in these episodes. But what we
Yeah.
got was still pretty good. The scene where they're like just flying on the tree and they end up in the bear cave felt like a classic joke.
Oh, the bears waking up before they even do anything as well. Like,
Mm.
little punchy moments like that. It's good. It's good.
They finally get the tree back home, and it's not destroyed miraculously, even though at one point it was destroyed. I don't exactly know how they fixed it,
Yeah.
but
Logic or cartoon logic, I guess.
oh yeah, it's a cartoon. It's fine. But they get it back. They get it all set up, and then I'm pretty sure Elder Kettle is the one who accidentally sets it on fire, right?
No, so pretty much they light up the Christmas tree. It looks great, and then just
Yeah, they blow a fuse or something when they plug it in, and the cable sparks and sets up.
yeah.
Yeah. Went through all this effort. Tree's destroyed anyway, even after getting it home. But it's fine because Christmas is about family and da 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 and whatever. Even if the tree does look like shit.
Let's sing the song again. This is not Christmas without a Christmas tree.
So that means that they are in some way family, but they're not necessarily related to each other. I want to go
You don't
down the
be
rabbit
related
hole
to
for Elder
Pablo.
Kettle.
Found family.
In the show, they make him like a war veteran.
Wait, really? I want to
I'm
see that
suddenly
shit.
way more intrigued by Elder Kettle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like they kind of make him like a war veteran. They kind of have like I think in like the first like season or maybe season 2, they kind of hint that he's like a war veteran.
I have so many more questions now.
So many comedic possibilities with that too. I'm intrigued by
Oh yeah,
this.
oh yeah. I recommend checking out season 1, Dirt Nap. I think that's what it's called. That's like a major Elder Kettle episode for sure.
Okay.
So so this is we can go into highlights for this episode and stuff before we jump into the next one. But this is the one other note I have for this episode besides damn that episode was short, which is Elder Kettle had an axe at home, Cuphead. Just go home and get his. Don't buy the one from the pig. I remember
Yeah,
just
sure.
sitting there thinking, there's one at home, and he said, don't spend the $10. Just take the $10 back and get his axe. What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
That's the most emotion I felt in that episode. Just frustration towards Cuphead and his choices with money. But did you guys have any highlights from this episode?
I like the music. I love Nutcracker. Also, they played like the Hallelujah one, but
That's the one
I
joke that really made me laugh. When the tree falls down the hill and it's still
Oh yeah,
bathed in the holy light as it's going down each hill.
and the music sort of cuts out and then
Oh,
comes
yeah.
back as it goes to the next. So that
and
was
it gets softer. It gets softer. Like actually gets softer. It's funny.
so I thought that was funny in this episode. They do a similar gag in the next one. Is it a running thing throughout the show? Does every episode have a gag like that? Have a thing going over hill and then it cuts out and comes back and cuts out?
Uh,
Does that happen multiple times, or is that just in these
I think
episodes
so.
for some reason?
No,
Okay.
but there is one running gag that is in the next episode.
Okay.
That's
No,
throughout the entire series.
I found it funny in this first episode. In the next one, I didn't, because I'm like, okay, that's weird. And because there was no third instance to finish the joke, comedy comes in threes. I'm like, oh, okay, that was just weird. Okay. There's a few moments where I'm like, that's a funny idea.
Mm.
Could have been executed a little better, but that's a funny idea. I can see what you're going for there. I like that. Didn't make me laugh, but I like it.
You'll have to point it out for me in the next one, because I think I missed that altogether.
I'll try and find it while we're talking.
No.
I'll have it ready there.
But I mean, overall, and like I said, I've seen this like three different times. It was fine. It was cute, but I like the next episode. It's a much better Christmas episode, just in my opinion. So I say it's like for me, I say like 6.5, 7.
I was gonna give it a 5, but that one joke with the tree, I think ups it to a 6. I'm like, you know what? That one made me laugh pretty hard. And it's not a bad show. It looked like I don't know if we're gonna go into detail as much about this, but the character designs are really good. Like you'll just see like a random sandwich guy or a random cat that looks cool. Like all of the background characters are really well designed and look just incredibly fun, even though I know nothing about the world. Like it really sucks you in quickly.
No, they're straight out of like these are background characters from an old Mickey Mouse cartoon. These are the background characters from an old Felix the Cat. They capture that style perfectly.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
you'll get weird stuff where there's sentient objects.
The design, yeah.
But yeah. So for me, I give it a 6. Jack, do you have a final rating for the first one? And then we can go to the star of the show, I guess, with the devil episode.
I'd agree with a 6. I think it was. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it.
No,
It was
just
fun.
some fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I'm not going too much to say about it. It was just fun. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna sing its praises from the rooftops, but I did enjoy it.
You don't want to dive into the artistic complexities that was this short episode of Cuphead?
I wish they did more in terms of the animation being more rubber hosey, being more exaggerated, and of the style that they're emulating like they did with the game. In terms of like the visuals, like you freeze on a frame of the show, it looks great. But a lot of the character actual movements, like secondary animation, I have more critiques on that than I do the actual story and content of the episode.
The movement,
but it's still good. It's still good. It's just my expectation was, oh, we're doing a Cuphead show. We're gonna stick to the stuff because the amount of effort that went into the game. You can see all the behind the scenes creations of the game, making those animations is phenomenal. It could have done a bit more for that in the show. That's more of a me thing, though.
I don't disagree, actually. The movement seemed more modern than the classic style. But yeah, let's jump into the devil episode, which I have much more notes about this one. God,
Yep.
I just
Christmas.
really wanted
Pretty
that
much,
dude to get that choo-choo train, man. They made me root for that.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty much A Very Devil Christmas is, I think, 36 minutes long, maybe like 35. I don't know. But anyways, pretty much it's about the devil wanting to be on the good list, the nice list, but due to his bad deeds and he's the devil, he's on the naughty list. So he becomes Santa Claus, all because he wants to choo choo.
This is where I think the show's personality finally hit me. Because, like, the first episode, alright, that was cute. That was fun. This episode got fucking weird in some really good ways. This is where it was like, oh, okay, alright, this is probably what the rest of the show is. The first moment I realized that was I got some vindication in this episode. I'm sure a couple people did. The first song happens, it's a good song. There's a montage of the devil, like, fucking with people. But then there's a shot of him setting a tree on a fire. And it's just him with his arms out, basking in the glory of this burning Christmas tree. As someone who has struggled with the lines of Christmas shopping and all of the fucking hijinks that comes with the Christmas season, just a small bit of vindication just seeing the devil lovingly burn down that tree. I feel like we can all relate to that just a little.
No, to cook the Grinch. Burn, baby. Burn. I literally was just watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas last night. The one with Jim Carrey in a scene where he just lights the tree on fire. I'm like, yeah. Woo. That was fun.
So yeah, he once on the nice list after talking to this sentient sandwich who was also a troublemaker. And
because he glued his sister's face on the floor permanently.
But that's resolved by the end in a very funny callback.
Yes.
So I think he like goes and talks to his minions about it. He's upset, but they're like, "Hey, you're the devil. There's not much you can do." He vows that he's gonna go be good. I don't think he could do it, and then he decides to go to the North Pole. I liked how the North Pole looked. First of all, there's like the stop motion set. That was cool to see. But also I just like how the elves were drawn. In so many like Christmas shows, they make the elves look creepy or they make the elves look weird. Like the elves in Family Guy, Jesus. I know they're supposed to look creepy, but Jesus.
Rise of the Guardians.
They looked like minions in Rise of the Guardians.
They kind of look creepy.
But I did like them in this, although I just said they weren't creepy, and yet later when they're dressed up like cultists, they were probably a little creepy.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think they're on that. It's a cutesy design, but it's a little too cute. It's a little too.
You can't.
It's trying too hard to be cute, which works.
As they say, everything is not what it seems.
You know, I just watched a lot of Wizards of Waverly Place recently, so I'm gonna allow that one share.
Selena Gomez forever.
I prefer
also,
David Henry.
Taylor Swift is cool too.
David Henry's better than both of them. David Henry.
So yeah, the devil decides I want to get on the nice list. I'm gonna go talk to the man in charge, and goes to the North Pole. We meet Santa, who visually very similar to the elves. I like that.
Oh, I like their little song too. It's so cute and jolly.
Disappointed that Satan didn't fight Santa in this special, but they do weirder stuff with it, so I'll forgive it.
Wants to see if he's on the nice list. Santa's like, last name Devil, first name B. I like that.
It's a simple joke, but it got me.
Yeah.
Long story short, he's the devil. He's on the naughty list. He's essentially told, yeah, you're probably not going to get off of that, but hey, look, I'll make you a deal. You can be good for the rest of the day. You can be on the nice list. He goes back, he tries to be good. He instantly kills an old lady. and we do not see her again. There isn't like a moment where it's like, no, this character is fine, she's alive. I have not seen the rest of the show. There's a solid chance I will not watch the rest of the show. As far as I'm concerned, that old lady's dead. I like it better if he just straight up killed a woman and then Santa continued to try and get him on the nice list. But yeah.
Yeah, and let's just say throughout the series, the devil has a lot of anger issues. And it's so, I know, right? Seriously,
But he's
especially
such a nice guy in the Bible.
I mean, especially the episode released.
Deviating from the source material.
Like, if you want to see the devil like really angry and stuff, release the demons. That's all I have to say. Release the demons.
I'm hoping that's his villain song.
Oh no, his villain song on the thing. I actually have the song on my phone. It's called the Devil Song. That's what his villain
Creative
song is called.
title.
I know, right?
But yeah, he's dejected. He starts crying in front of Santa, and God, Santa
I want a
will cry.
tutu. I wanted a tutu.
Choo-choo.
Yeah.
Honestly, part of me was hoping he'd get both. Like I kind of hoped like Santa would still screw it up and get him the tutu, but he'd also get the train. But unfortunately not. But Santa decides there's only one way he can get on the nice list. Which, this is when we get the weird culty shit, which I loved.
Yeah.
La la la.
Yeah, the elves come out, they're doing like Christmas chanting. Santa's wearing a weird robe. There's like a pentagram in the middle made of candy canes. It was honestly great.
Decadent season is holly jolly om.
And then suddenly everyone just stops and just walks away. And I was like, oh, nothing happened. And then a surprisingly creepy scene happens.
Yeah, that was fucking grotesque. I wrote my notes in real time. Let me bring them up real fast. So,
Oh yeah, I knew you guys would like that part. I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'll like the holiday tree edition, but a very double Christmas. I could name at least one scene that you guys were gonna like, and I knew it was gonna be this scene.
So here are my notes in real time, and literally I was writing this how it happened, while it happened. Cultist elves, ... Cultist Santa, ... I can get behind this, ... They just kind of left, ... What is happening? Why is he turning into Santa grotesquely? It was fucked, dude. Like, when the Santa hat actually came out of his head, it was less gory because there was like, I don't know if there was confetti or something, but it was cute. There was a cute sound effect and there wasn't any gore or anything. But when the Santa parts are pulling his flesh, it's creepy and it's weird to see. And also, I have a question. What the fuck did happen during that ritual? Did Santa possess the devil? What exactly went down?
I mean, his eyes glowed white and he blew snow around the devil, so I think he possessed.
That was snow.
I don't
can't
know
see
what it
them,
was.
But there are air quotes
White
happening.
powder.
Oh, you know what it was.
I don't know. Honestly, je ne sais pas. I don't know. Je parle français. Je ne sais pas.
Jack, the fuck was that?
Later.
I don't know any French.
But yeah, he very creepily turns into Santa Devil, and he goes back home. He gets caught by henchmen, and then is his name Henchman? That's the vibe I'm
Yes.
getting.
Yes,
that way.
it's henchman.
Yeah, so Henchman ends up going with him because he's a big fan of Santa. They go back to the workshop. Santa's just gone. And then one of the elves who, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm feeling like this is like a parody of a different character that's more established in the plot. What was
Yes,
his name?
they
Stickler?
they call him Stickler. You saw a little bit of him during the meeting, the meeting scene where they're talking about the nice list of stuff. Yeah, there's a reason why they call him Stickler. Yeah. He comes here and there. He's a recurring character.
Okay.
It is funny to think about that, like Santa and the devil in these episodes are somewhat parallels of each other because Santa has minions, the devil has minions, and they straight up had the same minion, I guess.
The devil and Santa have similar hiring practices.
Yeah.
They have a lot in common. They both wear red. They both uh, uh, hate Jesus. The devil hates Jesus for obvious reasons. Santa hates Jesus because he wants the holiday. It makes sense. They got some stuff in common.
Sure.
I'm just saying. I've seen weirder couples. I can ship it. But I got the chuckle from Jack. That's all I care about. So
Yeah.
you've probably figured out where the plot is going at this point. In order to get on the nice list, the devil has to pretend to be Santa, which is pretty funny. He immediately lets all the reindeer go.
Oh, and he actually accidentally kills Stickler Elf.
Oh, yeah.
He does
Yeah,
kill
he did.
Stickler briefly.
Yeah, well, because they're going over the rules about being Santa. You have to be jolly. You have to, eat all the milk and cookies, and
Yeah,
deliver presents. And you have to do it by midnight.
I don't
Otherwise, you'll be Santa for eternity. Eternity.
I don't
Eternity.
think I ever thought
Eternity.
about
Eternity.
how many damn cookies that would actually be until now.
Yeah.
Like, geez, Santa's got a problem if he eats that many cookies in one night. But
He needs.
they start the deliveries. It goes a little rough. He pushes the presents down the chimney, which they imply he's done with every single house. So
Oh, yeah, there's like a broken glass sound effect with every box he puts down.
So, like, did the devil save Christmas? Debatable, but you got the presents delivered at least, so I think that's enough for him to get his goddamn choo-choo. It was enough for me, damn it.
Yeah, and I was like, the scene I remember when he was delivering the presents is like, there's like 7 different kitties in the bed, and each of them have milk and cookies.
That was the
And he's
moment
like,
I was
That was
like,
fun.
oh, fuck. Sorry, buddy.
He looks so miserable all while they're playing the Nutcracker music. Oh man, it's funny.
He also got attacked by dogs, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he also got electrocuted by lights.
I mean,
Stabbed
typical
by
Santa, I
icicles.
think.
All the usual Christmas cartoon maiming, I guess.
It is funny how often that happens, like with the Grinch, with all the cartoons that I saw growing up. Someone's got to get, like, the shit beat out of them around Christmas time. It's just tradition at this point.
Yeah.
But the big plot twist is there's one house left. There's one family to deliver to, and uh-oh, it's Cuphead. I was really wondering if he was even going to be in that episode after a while. But they got him in. And essentially, it's the same scene from The Grinch, but instead of Cindy Lou Who, it's Cuphead. And the big trial the devil goes through is Cuphead asked for the same choo-choo that he's been wanting this entire time. And I gotta be real, I was on the devil's side. I wanted him to steal it at that point because, well, here's the
Well,
thing.
yeah.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it is implied that Cuphead is he's very naughty. especially one particular episode where his name could be substitute for another word involving a man's part.
I'll say cockhead if you want.
Yeah, that was a touching scene as the devil is nice and gives him the train and is very much in the mindset of, I need to go before I change my mind because I will walk out here with this in here another minute.
Honestly,
he reluctantly gives the choo-choo to Cuphead.
I want the ending where the devil just kind of abandons the entire mission, decides he's Santa forever, kills Cuphead, takes the train. I wanted that ending, but unfortunately, I don't get what I want in this world. Merry Christmas, bitches. But
Oh yeah, so yeah, he delivers the presents. He's back to his self. He's no longer Santa.
this is
Devil
the
Claus.
part that fucking pissed me off. He goes back to the fucking toy shop. He gets turned into the devil again. All is well. He saved Christmas. He doesn't get shit. Santa even says he's not getting anything, even though he was on the nice list. His job was he felt accomplished by doing something nice. You motherfucker! This entire time, you've been going out of your way to help him get this goddamn present, and he literally says at one point, yeah, I could just make a choo-choo, but it's not the same unless someone gives it to me. And you can, like, they don't say this, but there's obviously some subtext of, oh, he just wants someone to give him a gift. Like, that's all he wants. Yeah. There's obviously, like, he's the devil. There's a selfish side to it. But truthfully, I think he just wants someone to be nice to him. And then Santa, of all fucking people, is a dick.
Not intentionally so, though. Santa and the elves think, oh, yes, he has gotten the greatest gift of all.
Bullshit.
That's when... No, and he had the devil had every right to be mad, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. After all that, and let's be honest, he probably made Christmas shitty. He broke a lot of the gifts, but he did do a couple good things. Like, there's that one moment where it cuts back to the kid that like told him about Christmas, and like he's asleep at the tree. And then it pans over to reveal the sister still glued with her face to the ground. And then he gives her unglue stuff. Meaning, like, that person's gonna be okay and the devil helped them out. That's a weird sentence to say.
How they were able to eat. How were they able to eat, drink, and use the bathroom?
They are a sandwich. I like to think they don't do any of the above.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true, actually. They are a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I think the bigger question is, how is their sanity after several days of living on the ground? That's the episode I want to see in this show. Just a very serious episode where they talk about the mental mindset of a sandwich. But yeah, this is where we get the really sweet reveal, though, that made me say Henchman's my favorite character, which is... the devil wakes up and the choo-choo's there, and you're like, oh, Santa did deliver. Santa actually did it. And he's having fun. It's a bigger choo-choo. It's better than the one Cuphead got. He's riding on it. I felt vindicated. And then it pans out to reveal behind his throne, Henchman's sitting there covered in oil and gears, and he's like, Merry Christmas, boss. And it was just a sweet moment, and he actually got what he wanted. Like, someone who liked him gave him a gift. It really was sweet. I would have liked more from the scene with him and Cuphead. It did just kind of feel like, I'm giving you this train, and that's it. Like, I would have liked if maybe there were talks about the devil or something. Like, I feel like that opportunity of having Cuphead and him there talking, and Cuphead doesn't know it's the devil... I feel like you could have done more with that, but it's all worth it for the henchman reveal at the end. Like, that just was so sweet.
And that's the end, guys. Yay.
That is the end. I gotta be real, I did not expect cultist elves and Santa. That really did it for me.
Yeah, that was great.
And then the devil's transformation of turning into Santa
That was
Claus was very
horrifying.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, I can get behind it, but that was fucking scary. Like, any kids who watch this are gonna be terrified of that.
Oh, you think that's scary or that was weird? The final episode has a particular scene. Maybe is I don't know if it's the final. I think it's either the last episode or the final episode. There's a very semi-graphic moment involving Miss Chalice with the devil. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Maybe not as graphic for you guys, but for me, I was like,
Okay. Yeah, no, I enjoyed this one. The repeated joke, by the way, of the going over the hill, cutting it, the audio going away, and then coming back to go to the next and the next. It's Stickler Elf unrolls the nice list, and the
yeah.
devil sees how many houses he has to deliver to.
Oh,
goes
I
over the
forgot.
hill,
I forgot
goes
one
over the hill,
thing.
goes
You
over the hill.
guys were asking. You guys were asking a recurring gag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
So
said there was one in this episode.
yes, so pretty much, you guys remember that telephone?
I was gonna ask about that randomly dead telephone.
Yeah.
That's the running gag.
The gag is he's dead? Like, is he always dead?
So pretty much, whenever you see the telephone, he always gets his soul taken and somehow gets it back. That's
Okay.
the running gag.
I did find it kind of... There was a moment of just awkwardness when they showed the friggin' corpse of the telephone. But, like, it was funny when he got the soul back and sweet.
Yay!
I'm busy. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Uh,
The thoughts.
I'm gonna go first on this one, and I hope this isn't gonna set the bar too low. I think, and as a special episode, I'm fine with it being, I think you said it's the longest episode of the show, or one of the longer ones anyway. I think I'd enjoy this a lot more if you cut this episode in half. I think there's a lot of the cultist elves, the bit at the end with henchmen, but there are strong jokes and moments I do quite like, but they're quite spaced out in this episode between bits that are just all right. So I think, you cut out the all right bits, just cut down this episode, and it'd be a really strong 15 minutes. Because I think, when the devil goes to Santa, you can go more or less straight from that scene to the cultists moment. You don't need the in between, and killing the old lady's fine. But that could have been in the montage at the start. It's, the Santa sees he's on the naughty list and can just go, oh, okay. Oh, you're number one on the naughty list. There's only one thing we can do. Don't worry, follow me down this dark, shady alley. Just cut to that. I think the stuff you could do to make this, again, like I said with the first episode, there are bits I like, and there are strong ideas. I think just the pacing of it was a bit too slow here. I think they had a great idea for a Christmas special. Okay, what? Oh, we can make it double the length. Awesome. And they didn't quite have double the length's worth of content for it.
I don't disagree now that you've brought it up. There was definitely some
Should have gone first.
montages.
No, I enjoyed it, but I will be giving a 6 again. I enjoyed this about the same as the first one.
You know, I'm kind of in the same boat with you, honestly. I think a 6 is fair. I do want to say I do think it was pretty good, though. Like, it got quite a few laughs out of me. And I did like the thing at the end with the reveal. Maybe the show's just not hitting me as much because I haven't seen the other episodes. Like, I don't have the context for some of this. But honestly, once, like, the second episode hit and they were really going weird with it is when I thought the show was at its most funny. Like, if they keep doing stuff like, oh, suddenly cultist elves, oh, suddenly dead telephone, like, stuff like that is going to hit me the hardest in terms of making me laugh. But honestly, it's a good special, fine for Christmas. I would say if someone said they love this, I would not be surprised. I'd see why. But for me, it's a 6. What will your
Fair
number
enough.
be, share?
Well, I've already seen this episode so many times. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite episodes from the series. So you know me, I'm gonna be a little bit biased here, and
Do
I'm
it.
gonna give it a 9.
9 is fair. Honestly, I'm not surprised to hear it's one of your favorites. Like, from everything in it, it's a good episode. I liked it a lot. And
Yeah.
to everyone who watched this video, I hope you guys are having a very nice Christmas. Let's do plugs.
or or Hanukkah or
Happy
Kwanzaa or
holidays
winter.
in general.
Yay! So
But let us do plugs. Cher, let's start with you.
hello everybody. I know it's been a while. Life happens, and sometimes it sucks. But I'm okay. I am safe, and yeah. So I did do a couple of YouTube stuff. I just did my top 10 favorite songs from Frozen, from the Frozen franchise, because it was the 10th anniversary, and I thought it would be kind of cute to do. So there's that, and I don't really know what I'm doing for December, honestly, when it comes to videos. Maybe I might do what I did last year, just read a Christmas story or read something related to the holidays. I think in one of my Disney books, I have an abstract version of Mickey's Christmas Carol. Maybe I might read that.
That could be fun.
But I have Facebook, Twitter / X. I miss Twitter, and Instagram. Would be Share from 2000. Well, except for Twitter, I think it's Share to Dizwiz or Sherry to Dizwiz. It's one of them. And then my YouTube channel, Share from 2000s. I have underscores between, Share underscore from underscore 2000. Yeah. And I also have a second YouTube channel where I upload random videos that I don't feel comfortable uploading on my first channel because I'm scared of copyright. So yeah. So there's that, and that one is Share Your Creations, all into one. So yeah, I might just read some Christmas book, or I have one of my Rise of the Guardians picture books. I might read the one with Jack Frost. Who knows? I don't know. But at least I'll do something for December. If not, at least you have Plus Pals. That could be for my December video. Cool.
I will do my plugs in just a second, but before I do, I just want to take a second to praise. You can't see it on camera, but Jack has a Dry Bones plush in the background that I've just been staring at in the majority of this video.
How this is cropped on my screen, I also can't see that.
Yeah, I just love Dry Bones, man. They're one of the coolest design Mario enemies.
And this is from the Nintendo store in New York.
I'm jealous. I'm gonna come all the way to your place and steal it, even though I could probably get to a Nintendo store quicker than to you.
I was gonna say,
I mean, there isn't one in my town. I'd have to go. I don't think I'd have to go to New York, but I have been to the one in New York. But that's neither here or there. Hey, how you doing? My name's Neil. Welcome. This is the channel. We got some stuff going on. We just uploaded our reaction to the Game Awards, which is the first video to feature my friend Christy, who has popped up in the chats of a lot of the streams. So that was really cool to do. Speaking of the streams, we have still been doing those. We finished Spider-Man 2, I want to say, a week or two ago. That game is fucking magnificent. I really love it. We started Alan Wake, which, I'm going to repeat myself here, the game so far is pretty fucking magnificent. I'm really loving it. But yeah, we're going to keep doing streams. We're going to keep doing stuff with me and Skylar. That has become a running series that we do once every Tuesday, usually upload the following video on Wednesday or the following week. And I can't think of other things I'm currently doing, but hey, this show has opened up to more stuff on Netflix now, so if anybody would be interested in seeing anything specific, please let us know. We've already talked about stuff like The Good Place and things like that, which, by the way, Jack, have you still not seen The Good Place?
I have not.
Oh my god,
Stay
it's
like
so
that.
good. I
Stay
love
that way. We
I
got
love
plans for that.
it's such a good series.
But yeah, head over to twitch.tv / Dr. Neiltopus if you want to see everything live. It is a way to cheat and see these videos early if you follow my Twitch. But if not, hey, they all end up here eventually. So, thank you all for watching. And by the way, we did get 1 or 2 comments about this because last year we didn't do it. Me and Kyle have talked about trying to do another Christmas video this year. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. Kyle's really hard to pin down for stuff, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. And Jack, it is now your turn.
Yep. Hello from out there on the internet. So you can find me at Jack of All Trades on YouTube. At the moment, I think over on my channel, we're covering Fiona and Cake, the Adventure Time sequel, spin-off, parallel universe, whatever it is. I'm too early in the show to know for sure. It's been a lot of fun so far. Also, I haven't edited any of them yet, but my thoughts on the 3 Doctor Who 60th anniversary specials. That's going to be 3 not very long videos, just short little. Here's my thoughts. Those will be going up as well on the channel, and I'm intending to similarly continue to cover Doctor Who as we go into the new year and everything to come with the future series, which are, funnily enough, going to be on Disney Plus.
Which means there are options to cover.
Indeed. That's
I've never seen
what I got going on.
Well, we've never seen Cuphead, so look at that.
Yeah.
Were we doing another Christmas episode, or is this our annual Merry Happy Holidays?
Are we doing more Christmas videos?
I am down to, as long as we have time before Christmas. There was a plan to do things in November, but unfortunately November ended up being another rough month too. I will just say, like, there is no one person to blame about what's been happening. Like, stuff's been going on in my life. Stuff's been going on in Cher's life. Stuff's been going on in Jack's life, despite how perfect Jack is. It's just been it's just kind of been a rough situation, and we've been trying to bounce back, and we've gotten close a couple times, but it's just good to make these videos, and we like doing them. So even though there's not much of a schedule right now, we're still going to try to get them out as often as possible. So hopefully there will be more Christmas stuff. If there isn't, something happened.
Yeah, we may or may not. This might be our only one. So if it is our only one, happy holidays to every single one of you and happy New Year's. If we still have more, you just have to wait and see.
Yeah, and if
we can't keep promises.
If it isn't our only holiday episode, we actually retract our happy holidays and Merry Christmas. We save it for that later episode.
Maybe.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching, and we got anything we want to say before we end? Putting the cup back on. Yeah, okay, fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Can't beat them joining.
Put it on our head.
I can't end the video while I'm holding this cup up here, so now you've put us in purgatory. I'm gonna try while balancing the cup.
Don't break it, man. Don't.
I'm trying not to. I like this cup. Ah! It fell, but I caught it. Alright, bye.